Hi people, it's Maddie. So I don't feel very well at the minute. I think I'm just a little bit too hot right now. And I've got pressure in my tummy and I'm getting these burning sensations thanks fibromyalgia, and I've been trying to export clips to edit for a video for this channel, actually, the Madalada channel. And I've been working really hard on my content lately, and I've got a Sims 4 series started on Madalada Munden, and I'm trying to work really hard on both these channels, and I'm just trying so hard, and bit of a vulnerable video. I swear they're all a bit vulnerable really, but bit of a vulnerable video. My mental health isn't doing too great. I mean, it's never been sunshine and rainbows. It's not been sunshine and rainbows for a long time, probably since I was a small child. And even then I've always been like an anxious kid. Always was very like dealing with, you know, having a disability and feeling like an alien. I've always kind of felt like different. I don't know. It sounds so like, I don't know, I've just always felt different. Like an alien, like an outsider. But that's not why my mental health's bad at the moment. Like I said, my mental health has never been sunshine and rainbows. It's never been perfect. It's never been like... It's never been like... You know what I'm trying to say? It's not like it's like I've suddenly got bad mental health. I've had bad mental health for a long time. I don't know, I've just always felt different. Like an alien, like an outsider. But that's not why my mental health's bad at the moment. Like I said, my mental health has never been sunshine and rainbows. It's never been perfect. It's never been like... It's never been like... You know what I'm trying to say? It's not like it's like I've suddenly got bad mental health. I've had bad mental health for a long time. But I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Especially in these last 2 days. Some life events really got to me. Today is the 15th of October 2023, but anyways, recent life events have just really got to me. This is hurting my arm being like this, but also I'm trying to be in shot, but also my arm is hurting from being like that. Hold on. Oh. That'll do for the minute, even though this is hurting my hips. Anyways, recent life events. Life's been hard recently. I mean, I feel like life is always hard. I could go on a whole tangent about, I always feel like things are just really hard. I get overwhelmed really easily. I have very fragile motivation. 1 minute I'm on top of the world. I'm like doing everything I can. I've got all these ideas. I'm like really positive, really happy. And then the next minute I'm literally like barely able to move, hopeless, and feel awful basically. But I don't know, life has been really hard lately. Life has been really hard lately, and I'm just struggling. I've had that health problem because by the time you're watching this, I like to know the answer, and so having all these uncertainties, like I'm on the waiting list for ADHD diagnosis, and I've been on there since I was 19 years old, and I'm now 21, and I hate the waiting. I hate it because I just want to know. And then if I don't have ADHD, I'm like, well then, this is just why am I like this? And then also I've been wondering if I'm autistic as well, and then starting that waiting list is just makes me overwhelmed because I've already been on a waiting list since I was 19 years old and I've heard nothing. I haven't heard an update since like the first, like, since being put on the waiting list. I haven't heard an update about my ADHD referral, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. And I know they have long waiting lists, but it's still a bit of a fucking joke, to be honest. When I've been waiting this long, I went for help about ADHD stuff because I was struggling. I had like a whole breakdown basically one day. I was on my art course and I just had this breakdown, and I was like, I can't do this, I need help. And then I go for help and it takes even longer with no help, and it's just like, for a problem that you need help with now, it's not very good that you're on a waiting list for what, 2 years? I don't know, I'm shit at dates and maths, but it's been a long time basically. And then with my health recently, I need some answers, you know what I mean? I need to know what happened, why it happened, because honestly, that day, the 23rd of September, was probably the most traumatic, scary event, like, health-wise, of my life. It was the worst pain of my life, and it was probably one of the most traumatic things I've ever been through. Probably. And I just want answers, you know? I just want answers. So I'm really hoping this scan goes well. I'm really hoping overall I get answers. What happened? What happened? What happened? This is what I want to know. What happened? It's weird. I'm consistent with some things and I get upset if they're not like how they are, and then other times I'm like, I feel trapped. I feel like routines are like my best friend and my worst enemy. Because some routines, if you mess with it, I will have a literal fucking meltdown and be like, what the fuck? And then other times it's like, I feel trapped, you're trapping me in this routine, and I can't ever win, you know? I'm either like feeling suffocated by a routine, or I'm upset that there isn't one, you know? It's a lot. But I feel like I'm actually could be consistent with this YouTube, and I want to be, and I want to post content, but at the same time I don't want to burn myself out. I know what I'm like. I know what I'm like. I can sometimes throw my everything into something, and then, well, not sometimes, all the time I throw my everything into something and then I burn out, and then it's just not fun, you know? I don't know. I find it very hard to find a balance in life. I do. I'm either all in or I'm literally all out. Like, I find it very hard to find a balance, and that's what I think my biggest struggle is. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been hard. Things have just been hard lately, and I'm trying. I'm really, really trying, but I feel like the more I try, the more things slip out of reach, and I'm just struggling. But hopefully the content's going well. Hopefully I've stuck to my Wednesdays, and with the Sims 4 content I've had to make a different schedule because of the Halloween content I over-filmed. So if I didn't like change the schedule to more Sims 4 videos this month of October, then I will still have Halloween videos in November, and I don't want that. So for October there will be a lot of Sims 4 videos being posted, and then in November it'll just be every Saturday I'll post a Sims 4 video, and every Wednesday I'll post a video on Madalada Munden, and here, a video here. Maybe I'll up it to 2 times a week here, but for now I just want to keep it to 1 time a week for this channel, just so I can get my bearings basically. But anyways, my mental health isn't good, basically. And by the time you're watching this, it'll probably be ages after, because I've got an upload schedule and I've got a list of videos, and videos get released every Wednesday, so God knows when you'll see this, but as I'm filming this, it's the 15th of October 2023, a Sunday, and I just feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm drowning. I feel overwhelmed. The thing about my moods is they go up and down. So 1 minute, like the way it's been described since I was literally a little kid, is I'm either laughing or I'm crying. There is no in between, and when there is an in between, it's because I feel numb, and I'm just numb. My in between emotions is just numbed out. I've always had quite extreme emotions. I was always called a sensitive kid. I'm getting off on a tangent, but what I'm trying to say is my mental health at the moment isn't doing good. It's never been sunshine and rainbows, but it isn't doing good. Life has been a lot, and I'm just like, you know, it sometimes feels like the harder I try, the more things slip out of my grasp. Like with YouTube at the moment, I know I shouldn't look at numbers and I shouldn't care, but it feels like the more effort I put into it, the least result I get. I've been working so hard behind the scenes on my YouTube, and I can't start looking at numbers again and getting obsessed with numbers, because that's not healthy. And I want it to just be a hobby and a happy thing, but I also want to be consistent with it, and I'm actually feeling like I could be consistent with it, but I also don't want to suck the fun out of it either. And it's a fine line between like trying to be consistent and good at something and destroying the fun of it. I feel like I'm very much one of those people that it's like very easy to get wrapped up in something and destroy what made you want to do it. But yeah, I've also been doing stuff on at Madalada Munden -2 at the moment. Hopefully that's still the case by the time you're watching this video. Please go check out my Instagram at Madalada Munden -2. I'm changing the name in 2024. If you have any name suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Obviously Madalada something. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the kindness and support, and I really hope you guys are enjoying the new health and well-being content, and I just really hope so. Thank you guys for the kindness and support, and until next time, subscribe and goodbye, and have a lovely day. Bye guys. By the time you're watching this, I've already posted about everything that went down with my health on the 23rd of September 2023, and like I'm gonna have my scan tomorrow. My internal scan, so that's fun. I think my main fear with that is going through the scan and then not getting any answers. I think my worst fear about it all is not getting any answers, honestly. Because I'm very much, I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'm very much a research person. I very much like knowing the answers to stuff. I very much crave the answers to stuff, especially about my body and my health and my well-being. I like to know the answer. And so having all these uncertainties, like I'm on the waiting list for ADHD diagnosis, and I've been on there since I was 19 years old, and I'm now 21, and I hate the waiting. I hate it because I just want to know. And then if I don't have ADHD, I'm like, well then this is just why am I like this? And then also I've been wondering if I'm autistic as well, and then starting that waiting list is just makes me overwhelmed, because I've already been on a waiting list since I was 19 years old and I've heard nothing. I haven't heard an update since like the first, since being put on the waiting list. I haven't heard an update about my ADHD referral, and I've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. And I know they have long waiting lists, but it's still a bit of a fucking joke, to be honest. When I've been waiting this long, I went for help about ADHD stuff because I was struggling. I had like a whole breakdown basically one day. I was on my art course and I just had this breakdown, and I was like, I can't do this, I need help. And then I go for help and it takes even longer with no help, and it's just like, for a problem that you need help with now, it's not very good that you're on a waiting list for what? 3